All right, guys, here's part 2. You guys asked and I'm going to deliver. You're going to love this. Listen carefully. All right. After the events of Need for Speed Underground 2, our player, or you can call him Ryan Cooper, basically used his money from the sponsorships, little sponsorships, the little magazines that paid him and shit like that, the races and shit like that. He basically controls Bayview at this point and decided to branch out. And I believe with that money that he gathered with all of that, from all them races and sponsorships, he went and bought the BMW M3 GTR, which leads to these events. So Ryan Cooper decides to take a trip to Rockport City. He runs into Mia Townsend. You and Mia have a quick little street race through Rockport City and whatnot, but before eventually running into this bozo and his partner, Sergeant Cross and whoever this lady is, because don't nobody really knows her name. They eventually stop you and let Mia escape, mainly because she's an undercover officer, but we'll get to that part. So they let Ryan Cooper go due to some complaints about other racers, but not before giving you his infamous pinstripe with his fucking key. About 4 days before you run into Cross, you run into Ronnie McRae, who leads you to this asshole who doesn't want to race you because you don't have enough reputation and shit like that. So he sets you up with a race with one of his other guys, Peru Seto. And even though he has a fucking SLR McLaren Mercedes-Benz, you still mop the floor with this guy. Okay, so Ryan is basically building reputation at this point. He needs at least one more race before he can challenge Razor, who's always watching him. And eventually he comes across a guy named Adam Rogg. Now, if you pay attention to Rogg's dialogue in Need for Speed Most Wanted, he states, and I quote, "Look what the underground has dragged in. Let's see how good you do in the daylight." Meaning Rogg knows him personally or had raced him back in Bayview. Whatever the case may be, Rogg knows who Ryan Cooper is from somewhere in his past. You eventually beat Rogg and you run back into this asshole who, and I'm going to sum this up so we can get to the next part. All right, shit. Basically, him and his guys set your car up to have an oil leak at the line. Now, don't know how the hell he was able to do that in the little time frame that he had, but you lose the race. Get arrested by these assholes who don't have enough evidence to keep you, so you get basically released sometime later. So you get out of jail and she helps you work your way up the blacklist to stop Razor, get your car back from Razor, who used your car to get all the way up to the top. You beat Razor, but he doesn't want to give up the key. She gets your key back after body slamming Razor, but then these assholes show up again. Comment part 3 if you want part 3 of this amazing story.